Would you let that robot grab your wiener? I don't think so.
I don't want to answer that.
This is the long walk, short drink, double shot. Double shot. Starring Palmer's abs. That was. Oh man!
What is
How's
happening?
it going?
I am happy to see you. How are you?
I am great. How's things been, man?
Not bad. Not bad. I've had mostly good. I've had a little prostate trouble, but nothing serious.
Oh man, no. That anytime you have to say the word prostate trouble, it's serious. I don't care.
That's true.
I don't care how, like, if you have a prostate, you understand the severity of that. I don't even think you need to have a prostate. You know what? I want to be a little open-minded here. I don't think you need to have a prostate to know that that's serious stuff.
It's nothing you want people messing with.
No.
But mostly okay. That's like full disclosure. So,
if you want full disclosure,
yeah.
have you ever used a bidet before?
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, not tons, but I have.
It's like a game changer, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Though I'm not sure I've gotten the hang of it.
I don't understand. Well, you don't overthink it, Dave, because it's like all you do is you point a water jet at your butt and it cleans your butt for you. Like it's like after you do that a couple times, you realize I've been a savage my entire fucking life. That I use dry wood pulp.
Yeah.
To clean shit off of a hole that I'll never see. I'll never get to actually see that, like, in person without the assistance of a camera, right?
Yeah, and with some of the troubles I've had, I had that thought has crossed my mind, but then it's quickly followed by a resounding full body toes to top, like, fuck no. That's never going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
No.
Oh man.
Nobody needs to see that.
No.
My poor doctors.
Yeah. Oh man. And then you use a bidet though, and you're just like, this is the way that you were into, like, because you only ever that. I don't know about you, but I feel like this would be for a lot of guys, especially guys that have a copious amount of body hair, as one does.
Yeah.
Man, this is talking about like full disclosure. But the only for me, because I am one of those men, I mean, my body's like a giant loofah. But it's like the only time that orifice is ever, I feel 100% clean is when the shower is involved, like water.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so then it's like, man, if I'm going to do the most disgusting thing that my body needs to do to survive, then water should be involved every time I'm going to do that.
Yes.
We got a bidet. Like we had one. Oh, so we had, when we went on our honeymoon, we had this amazing corner suite at the Aria in Las Vegas. Like they upgraded us to this amazing suite. And it was like when we came in the door, and when I say the corner, if you've ever seen the Aria, it's like a big fin. And we were on the corner. So like the bedroom was like floor to ceiling windows that came down to the two walls of the room, of the suite. And when we opened the door, curtains opened like this, like
Oh, wow.
automatically, and we saw the whole strip from that window. But they had this super high-tech toilet, like big time high-tech, that like was heated, and like it had a bidet in it, and like it would oscillate, so like the sprayer would go in these circles like this.
Whoa,
and like
that's super fancy.
And it could either do the butthole or the taint. Like if you were a lady, it would get like your lady bits, you know. But if you're a dude, it just is the taint, which, if you're into that, could be quite pleasurable. But I ended up getting one that's just an attachment that you just like.
Yeah.
It took like a half an hour, and it's attached to our toilet, and it looks like professional and looks fine. But man, is it a game changer? It's like it's so clean, so clean. Like I had a buddy who was just like, yeah, but isn't like having a drippy wet ass only marginally better than having a shitty one? And I'm just like, I don't know what planet you live on, but like I've never had water, like a drippy wet ass, cause like irreparable skid marks to a pair of underwear that you just need thrown away because they're never gonna come be 100% again. Yes. You know what I mean?
I hope this means we're gonna get a MeUndies sponsorship at some point.
I hope so.
Have you ever heard of that company?
No.
It's advertised on a lot of podcasts, and they are an underwear company that's like a monthly subscription type thing. They send you stuff with designs, but the underwear itself is made out of some fabric called modal, and it is. I mean, hands down, the best underwear I've ever worn. They're really? Kind of expensive, but I was like, these are amazing.
Wow, that's saying something.
That's for free, MeUndies. From here on out, we're gonna have to see some scratch.
My underwear, like I have so many underwear that the elastic falls under my ass while I'm walking. Like my balls and everything will be covered. It'll be up. The underwear will be at my waist in the front, but then they just like scoop down under my butt so that my butt cheeks like just ride on the top elastic.
Oh, that's no good. You need MeUndies, sir.
Yeah, like my underwear are terrible. I don't know what mistake I made or what I'm paying off. Like something I'm paying off to the universe for all of my underwear to be like that.
Well, between the bidet and possibly a pair of MeUndies, your life will be totally different.
I could be a whole new person. Like we could go to record the next episode and you'll be like, where's Palmer? When is he gonna like, oh, it's me, sir. This is me. I got new underwear and that bidet, and I'm like a whole new person. I didn't even recognize you. That's what you'll say.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just went to the website and there's like a picture of two people kissing. Shop men, shop women. Now, are you open to boxer briefs or do you want
Oh, that's briefs? What I wear. I like boxer briefs.
That's amazing.
What are these called? Free
MeUndies. Here, can you text me text me your size real quick. I think they got them. I'm gonna make this happen for you.
What?
You need to have one pair. It'll be my holiday gift.
Are you serious? You're not buying me underwear.
You gotta get them. If you promise me you'll get them. Hold on. Here we go.
Anyway, send me the URL. Let me look at the URL.
Oh man, they're getting so much free press from a podcast no one listens to.
Yeah.
Wait, how did I lost you?
Free undies.
Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
The picture's not going to tell you too much, but
men's boxer briefs.
If you you got to get one. But also
they look fantastic.
They feel
Am
amazing.
I going to look like that guy if I wear them?
But I think you'll feel like that
I get
guy.
Chocolate mocha skin and a 6-pack abs?
No, that part. No.
Starring Palmer's abs. That used to be my Taylor Lautner joke. Starring Taylor Lautner's abs.
Oh, okay. I'm telling you, I wouldn't steer you wrong on something like this.
Oh my gosh, they have 3XL. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I've been rocking larges, but I've had to, with some of the troubles I've had, like one of the symptoms, and it's unfortunately this is not a new problem for me. It's just been the most like longest breakout of whatever it is. One of the symptoms is frequent urination. I mean, I'm talking like almost you could be done peeing and go again in like 3 minutes. I mean, that's the worst it gets, but so you see like where they fall, and even this handsome gentleman, it's kind of like right near where the bladder is. So if the elastic is at all tight, it just makes things worse. So I've been having to rock boxers, and I've missed MeUndies.
Oh,
I never thought I'd speak so lovingly about underwear, but they're great.
I need these underwear.
I listen to a bunch of podcasts that give little discounts to where you get them for like $8 or something after that. So I'll find one and send it to you. But you gotta, I know it sounds stupid, but you gotta try one. You can't be having these elastics. You sound like a commercial already. You're like, right, the elastic rides around my butt cheeks.
I literally spend all day where my butt cheeks are rubbing on the top elastic of my underwear. They're supposed to be, those two spaces are supposed to literally be as far apart as they can be.
Yeah.
That's because it's like the butt of the underwear and the elastic waist of the underwear.
It'll never happen again.
Oh, I gotta try these underwear. This is passion.
I mean, I'm not because they're not paying us. I'm not recommending you get a subscription plan. Just get the one, see if you like it. And then I think I have like 6
But
of
if
them.
they do want to sponsor us, we would seriously consider a subscription plan.
Yes, that's
for
true.
MeUndies.
Yes.
If they want to sponsor us. Listen, I hope you're listening, MeUndies. We want this to happen. We both want this. We both would benefit from this. We will sell your underwear. Do you hear what Dave is doing for your underwear? Like, he's convinced me to spend $8 for a pair of underwear. That's ridiculous, but I will do it.
We're gonna follow up on this because it will do you so much good, or you won't like it. That's possible, but I've literally never heard of someone not liking them. Yeah,
I definitely will have to try to check it out.
Well, I think we've opened strong here. Welcome to Long Walk Short Drink.
Long Walk Short Drink, episode 9.5.
I've been thinking about it.
Shorty.
Yeah, I've been thinking about whether or not, because I just finished editing episode number 3, and which is a really strong one for me. And it's got our discussion about Force Awakens, and then also the only time I can remember where we talked about Rogue One, and you're very concerned at the time. You're like, oh, I hope these reshoots, and I hope the influence of like Dark Knight or Batman vs Superman. So I sort of feel like whatever this is, should go in between, just so that.
So this would be like you know what? This could end up being like a segment where, if we're gonna stay ahead of the catalog like this, where this isn't going to be the only time this comes up. And so like, we could just call these like a Long Walk Short Drink follow up, or long walk short drink double shot.
Ooh,
like,
and you get 2 in 1 week.
Yeah. That's like nice. We're going to do like the follow up, you know what I mean? Like, all right. So we'll just sample that. The Long Walk Short Drink double shot. And I hear like it like echoes right there.
Oh yeah.
Double shot. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
I can't wait to make that happen. Yes. Yeah. Double shot. Wait, no, we'll do it ourselves. Like, I'll be your echo.
Okay, all right. Here, let's try it.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous and fun.
It's gonna be good.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, this is the Long Walk Short Drink double shot.
Double shot.
Yeah.
That's like, I feel like a radio announcer. Like, it's like, I'm here with a Long Walk Short Drink double shot with a little boy in a
double
haircut.
Shot. Yeah. Oh, it's perfect. All right.
Oh, yeah. So I like that. Well, then we'll rock because I'd like to. I have missed doing this, and it'd be great to catch up. But there's so much good stuff in the arc, as it were, that I'm finding that. Yeah, I like it. Double shot.
Okay, so we've been. I mean, theoretically, we've been recording roughly for 14 minutes, and let's say like, I don't know, we could use most of that. Let's say we have 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Let's shoot for these to be no more than an hour.
Yeah, and I think let's have them be just focus on one thing. Like we won't get off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a related. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's literally the name of our podcast is Off on a Tangent. If we were to subtitle it, that's what it is.
That's very true. Well, maybe
we couldn't even like go to the point on our title. We had to go literally call it something more obscure that would need explained.
That's true. All of the URLs and stuff are open because it's not even a real phrase.
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. we'll aim for a little bit more focused, I suppose. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. All right.
We got 2 listeners now, so we can talk to them.
I probably know who both of them are.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I know who definitely one is.
Yeah. I would give a shout out to Adam, and you can give a shout out to.
Hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? Rudy, hope you're enjoying this.
You guys are the best.
Yeah. So, all right,
we're gathered here today to talk about Rogue One.
Rogue One. Dude, like, what's your initial, give me your initial 2-line reaction.
Oh, no. I feel like I shouldn't go first, because I will say I liked it a lot, but there was one barrier that I'm sure you'll guess right away, that for when I go to talk about it, the first thing I think of is that, and then the rest is just like glowing, remarks. So I hate to start out on a negative note. I will say, oh shoot, hold on.
Are we doing spoilers?
Oh yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll do spoilers.
Okay.
So,
all right, so
the one thing I will say that is, that is not negative at all. Because generally I liked it a lot, and but K2SO really knocked me on my ass. I was like, I love this droid, and I'm sure it's me and everyone else in the world.
Wasn't like they are nailing the droids. First off, let's just talk about that, because BB-8 was
perfect,
amazing, perfect. I feel like a really good replacement for R2, which my theory on that is that they're in the prequels, they established that R2-D2 had more tricks up his sleeve that would have solved legitimate problems in the original trilogy.
Yeah, I just heard that in our episode 3.
Yeah,
you were saying that, and I never realized that before, but of course now it's very obvious.
Yeah, and so they had to write them out, right? And so he replaced him with this amazing BB-8 droid, and then in this one, Rogue One, that droid is just like, it takes all of the prissiness and like pomposity of C-3PO and then goes to the other end of the spectrum, and that's this droid from Rogue One.
Yeah.
With like, it just like, he just has like a sense of wit that was brilliant. He had a really good, he had comedic timing. And was not like, C-3PO is like oblivious to why he's funny, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like this droid really felt like he was in on the joke. Like,
yeah, that is a little different. It's funny too, because in episode 3 of our show, we talk about that same conundrum, not about droids, but about like comedic characters. And so that's all kind of fresh, hopefully for our 2 listeners, but also for me. Well, I love it. They basically just set it up by saying like he says anything that comes into his head, and so yeah, I never thought I thought about it more that he would just have no filter and thus say things. But now that you've said that aloud, I realize now, he is kind of like a smartass on purpose.
Yeah. I like my favorite line is just where like they're kind of getting that like kerfuffle over her having a weapon, and he finally like he's trying to gain her trust, so he relents and lets her keep it. And like the droid just looks at him and his eye, and this is the other reason too why I think this droid plays so well is because they gave him legitimate eyes. Like
right. There's like a point of light.
He could actually focus those eyes to express emotion. It wasn't just like a, like C-3PO, even though he has a human face, 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, he can't express any of those things. Whereas this droid had a little bit more of an advantage in that sense, just because he could express in his eyes. But the guy relents and sits down and lets her have the weapon. And like the droid looks at him and like his eyes are like as big as dinner plates. And he's like, "Do you want me to tell you the odds of her using that weapon against you? Because they're high."
Yes, yeah.
Like really high. And that is just like, oh, that is brilliant. Like, brilliant. Yeah, so that droid was fantastic. I agree with you. Totally blew me away. Totally stole the show.
Yeah, 2 dicks.
In my opinion.
Helen, 2 dicks.
Had, 2 dicks.
So I don't know that I have a 2-line thing, and I've heard other people, so I would just kind of steal their lines. So what was how would you kind of summarize because I wasn't, you had apprehensions. So I was hearing in the last episode and stuff, as I was editing it and stuff, you're like, oh, I should come out of there feeling like depressed and this should be dark. And, you had some expectations, I think, that maybe I didn't have. So I was I saw it actually on Thursday night, and I thought about it every day. Wow. I was like, oh, I want to check in with them, but I don't know why I didn't. So then eventually I did, but I was like, I wonder how he's going to feel, because like with Force Awakens, I loved it unquestioningly. And then when we talked about it, what would have been in the last episode for everyone else to hear, you were like, I wasn't even like, I wanted to like it, but I had to kind of research it to be sure that I could like it. and so I've been wondering how this has come across for you. It sounds like good though.
No, I really liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it actually helped, it really helped seal up a major like loophole that's existed since like 1979, right? Like
I think, but yeah.
77. Oh yeah, 77. The like it is totally 77. Jesus.
I'll cut that out.
Yeah. Thanks.
We'll lose all our Star Wars bonus.
But not that. I want it to be a really bad cut where it's like 1970 and like somebody else's voice
7.
come in and go 7. And then I wanted to jump right to you going, I can cut that out. Don't worry.
Well, I'll use your 7 there.
Yeah. 7. But but how the Death Star weakness, you know, like I like that they took that major plot hole that's existed since 1977 and made it a major plot point of this movie, you know. That was really good. I was in an altered state of mind when I saw it. Which is another reason why I'm excited to see it tomorrow night again. Just to like firm everything up. But no, it just like it did exactly what it was supposed to. I would not say I feel like I walked out of the theater having thoroughly enjoyed myself, but in a totally different way than I did from episode 7. Like episode 7, like hit all of the nostalgia benchmarks that I needed it. Like it scratched every one of those itches that I needed it to.
Yeah.
And that's why I felt so good coming out of it. On top of it being like a great movie, you know. But in all fairness, I really feel like it was a movie that we were really comfortable with. And this was the first one that like deviates from that and really had to like prove that Disney knows what it's doing with this franchise. And I think it does it. It did such a great job. Like, it didn't pull any punches. Like, just like I said, and I knew it was coming, like, nobody survives.
Yeah.
Nobody.
None
like,
of the new characters we meet, right?
None of them do. And you knew that had to be treacherous, and you knew that it was bleak. And they did, like, I was so worried when I heard they were doing reshoots after Batman versus Superman. I was really worried that that's what they were going to pull. Like, they were going to pull some kind of like really chintzy excuse to get these characters on the other side of the universe while the events of Star Wars that we know is happening. So they don't actually ever die. And like,
oh yeah. Okay.
and I mean, we've gotten 6 movies essentially. And out of those, 5 of them typically involve the Empire losing in some way. 4 or 5 of them do, you know? And I think that it was good that you saw how diabolical you got to see what the Empire was like for somebody that wasn't like a princess or like the hero that destroyed the Death Star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got to see what happened to what the Empire did to like normal everyday people. And in the end, it was awful. Yeah. Right? Like, it's not, like, to just think that that's happening on hundreds or thousands of planets, that the Empire is treating people like that, you know? And man, it was so good. Just totally good. I really liked it. I liked it for all the right reasons and all the right emotions that it elicited in me. But I am very curious. I want to take a guess at the one complaint that I think you would have. Is it the Vader scene?
No, actually it's not. It's not the Vader scene.
What is it?
It's I just can't have like computer people. Like, I just can't. Yeah. I just can't suspend that disbelief. Yeah, so that bugged me. But other than that, I had no problem. And actually, you mean when Vader whipped out the lightsaber at the end?
Yeah, like, I thought that was fucking amazing. Like,
yeah. I didn't dislike it for sure. And then I heard I was listening to Kevin Smith and Mark Renardon's review today, and they were talking about it so passionately. And as I like replayed it in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty fucking badass. I don't have
like force pushes that guy into the ceiling, yes. Like, it crushes him in there. Yeah. Like, why wouldn't that just be the way you would take care of everybody right. that you wanted to kill? Like, I'm gonna crush you into that wall. Yeah. Because I know the wall's not gonna move. Right. And so we're just going to crush you into it. And then, like, the guy's pinned up against the door, and it cuts to outside the door, and his lightsaber goes through the blast door. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. That's exactly what you picture it like. Like, you just see Vader. You just see his red lightsaber, and you're like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm going to die. You like, yeah, he's choking me. I knew it. I'm going to die. Like, yep.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, this is exactly how they said it would be.
I like that. I mean, that felt, I heard that the reshoots involve more Vader. And so I was just like, oh, I could kind of, but I didn't care. That didn't bother me. I would have rather not have had Grand Moff Tarkin, or I could have dealt with Princess Leia because that was so fleeting and stuff, but you know, like they had, was it Mon Mothma? Is that her name? The red hair. Yeah. It's just a new actress. That's fine. Like, just, it's just too weird for me. But I think I'll get over that. I can
see that. I think Grand Moff Tarkin looked okay though.
I mean, yeah, like, it reminded, it's not like it's bad. It's just that in a movie that
the Princess Leia was really bad though. Like,
it wasn't great. Yeah.
It looked like they took Carrie Fisher now. And then had her do like the Polar Express.
Yeah, that's
to achieve a 14-year-old Carrie Fisher. Like, It had Carrie Fisher now's voice, kind of, mostly.
Yeah, because
And
she
her
only
teeth.
says her teeth.
No, but she's got those blocky, like, denture teeth. She doesn't have regular, it's not her teeth anymore.
Oh, now. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do look different. And she talks a little different. What it is,
Yeah.
I've heard of this. I never looked it up before, but it's called the Uncanny Valley. Have you heard of that phenomenon? So it's from Wikipedia. It says in aesthetics, the Uncanny Valley is the hypothesis that human replicas that appear almost, but not exactly like real human beings, elicit feelings of eeriness and revulsion among some observers. So that's stuff like the Polar Express movie. We'll give you that.
Yeah.
The Jim
droids,
Carrey,
like real world droids. Like, have you ever seen some of those robots in Japan? And you're just like,
oh no, yeah, because I imagine that would do it. I've never seen anything like it in real life, only in movies.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But so that was what it was. I so enjoyed the, just that you were seeing all this real stuff and things that harken in so many like specific and vague ways to, 1977. They combined all of that kind of Star Wars universe of the late 70s and early 80s of practical things. And you just felt like you were right there for the most part. And I understand they must have just really wanted to have this character in there. But yeah, that's the only thing that bothered me. I mean, other than that, I really liked it. It took me a while to be emotionally invested in the characters, but eventually that happened. And yeah, I can't wait to see it again. I think I might see it with my nephews over the holiday, but especially thinking about it more and stuff, I was like, I'm ready to give it another go.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to see it again. I agree with you. I think it was a little. It did take a little bit of time to get that investment in the characters, and and this is the part I got lost on. It jumps really fast, like through the time, right? Like
Yeah,
I felt
it
like it did.
Yeah, it keeps chucking.
Yeah, and there you go. Check that out and see if that gives you Uncanny Valley.
Oh no, this is gonna be the. Can I skip? Ooh, no. Yeah, that's upsetting. Oh, God. No. I think I'm watching the wrong one. Humanoid robot just got sexier. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It sounds like like a totally different one that you're watching, but it's yours sounds like a sex robot. I didn't send you sex.
Well, I have a way of finding these things, but yeah. I wanted to skip the ad. So that's the one I saw, but
that
was upsetting.
Life-size human.
Oh no, I'm watching the one you sent.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of like what it is. Ooh. Oh, heavens.
Oh.
Jesus. Yeah. So that's kind of what it is.
Oh my gosh. Would you let that robot grab your wiener? I don't think so.
Is that what they're advocating? Or is it?
I don't know. It just like showed her hand and it was, Would you?
I don't want to answer
that. I would not let my wiener get anywhere near that robot.
Yeah. That's scary. Things could go wrong.
No. Oh,
that is very much especially the one you sent is very much what the pre-crushing thing is like for me. And it reminds me of like the Nightmare. Oh, no, not the Nightmare. The Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
Which I like. It was kind of scary in a way, but yeah. So I like that kind of thing much more when it is like that's the aesthetic of the whole thing, and then you can kind of settle in. So what was weird to me is like Roger Rabbity, or it felt like the prequels to me also, where it's just like we got normal stuff and then throw in something. But I
can see that, and there was a lot of like, who were the Admiral Akbar? There was like this race that was like kind of like Admiral Akbar, but not Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, like they weren't red. They were.
Yeah, and like they were all CG. That really.
So that I can accept that more with the things that can't exist because like okay,
sure.
So I just thought like you could tell the story without Grand Moff Tarkin. Like the Ben Mendelsohn, he was great. Like just let him be him and maybe
Yeah.
fucking have him like report directly to deal directly with Vader or something. But so I just felt that was unnecessary. But I mean, if that's my one complaint in this whole thing, like I was so well done that I'm sure I'll forgive that soon. And even so, like who cares? Like the fucking Donnie Yen.
Like all that was so good, and just like everything was just awesome. I see the Grand Moff Tarkin thing, I can forgive that because I thought the dynamic between the main guy, who was basically, all right, I got to start getting character names because
I pulled up IMDb because I was like, there's no way we'd be able to rattle these off.
Okay, so you have. So Jin's dad, right, gets kidnapped to work for Ben Mendelsohn. That's who you said, right?
Yeah, why'd they hide him? You gotta go to the larger list. He should be way up by the top. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Orson Krennic. Krennic is what we hear him referred to as. Orson.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Call him by his first name.
So he's basically using Jin's dad to build the Death Star to get the credit for it. And he like spends his lifetime doing that for the credit to get stolen from him by Grand Moff Tarkin at the last second.
Oh, like, yeah, right.
So like that to me was like, that was such an awesome piece, because then that that catalyzes everything else, where the rest of the game or the rest of the movie is his game trying to get that credit back from Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, yeah.
And it like motivates him to like really kick into action a lot of the major plot points that happen in the third act are all being motivated by either his actions directly or by him directly.
Right. Yeah.
So no, the Princess Leia one though totally did not do it for me. Just have a Princess Leia look-alike. Like there's got to be, out of the like 7 billion people on this planet, there's got to be a young 14-year-old girl that looks close enough like Princess Leia.
Yeah. Did you hear the rumor though of what so I didn't know about this till just today. I heard someone talking about it.
No.
But it was rumored that Jin was essentially going to be revealed to be Princess Leia. Like the Jin character. How awesome would that have been? Like,
that would have been outrageous.
Like that could have worked. Like that could have been a thing.
Yeah.
Like even within the majority of the rest, except for like her dad being someone else, I guess. But
right.
But that wouldn't work at all for this. But that was an exciting idea when I heard that.
Yeah.
But you know what? Oddly enough, that one didn't bother me as much, because as I remember the end of the movie, I just I don't picture how bad it was. I only picture the moment and what she said and stuff. And so if I could have had one or the other, I would have had the bad Princess Leia and no Tarkin, but that's all right. I mean, you know, there's so much awesome stuff. Like that's literally, so when I think about it, that's like, well, that thing's still kind of bugging me. But when I see it again as I thought about it more, it's like there's so much good stuff. Like I hate to talk about the bad, quote unquote bad.
Well, and I mean, you, like I said, you just get to see that the rebels are they weren't even rebels at that point. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, they didn't I felt like that was happening during this, where they were coming together as a cohesive group to be like, no, we're standing up against this tyranny, you know, and that was awesome. But
well, just like, too, like it was interesting too, because it was darker than I thought with the rebels, because it was they had starting to get to a point where they didn't necessarily seem like the good guys, you know. They were, and that was, I thought, really powerful, what they did with Cassian character, because you see him early on, he kills that guy in the alley, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I like this guy, and then towards the end, that was the point at which I got like invested in that guy, when he's like, you know, this would have all been for nothing for all of us. We've all done terrible things for what we thought was right, and now this would all make it, you know, right somehow. And that was interesting too, because then you had like the Forrest Whitaker character who was some kind of fringe. He was like really far to the one side of it, so much so that the rebellion was like, that guy.
Yeah, they were like trying to distance themselves from him even.
Yeah.
And I felt like even at the moment when they were trying to decide if they were going to rebel or if they were going to just back off, there were contingents in that group that were ready to just like cry off, like, no, we're not gonna be rebels.
Yeah, because they have they have a weapon to destroy an entire planet.
Right.
What are we supposed to do?
Exactly. And oh man, but like it's just so bleak, and they're just getting their asses handed to them. And like, I love how that transmission finally gets out, and then it's just like this game of them trying to jump it as far away as fast as they can, like from ship to ship.
Oh yeah,
and ends up getting
kind of
on
passing
the latest
off of that thing.
Yeah,
not hard drive, but the information essentially.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
and just like, they just didn't pull any punches. They didn't pull any punches that you were expecting them to pull.
Yeah, it felt.
We knew that. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, just because it had all the kind of weight and gravitas that I think you were hoping for, but without like having you leave the theater feeling like you saw Saving Private Ryan, because they had it lead up to that moment where she's like, they found hope, and it's like it cuts, and it could literally just like drop the credits and roll into episode 4, which the bride and I came home the next day and watched that, and it was, it seems to be like moments from that. You even see what is that thing? It's that sort of triangular ship that comes in at the beginning of episode 4.
Star Destroyer.
Yeah, the Star Destroyer.
That's
like you see that there, and
that's Vader's personal Star Destroyer too. That very first shot, and so like he's on Rebel ships, right?
Commander, tear the ship apart. The passengers, I want them alive.
But that one where he's in the hallway and he like does the thing and like crushes the guy on the ceiling.
Yeah,
that's not on Leia's ship yet. He's going from ship to ship. So yeah, his Star Destroyer is the one that's like tracking down that transmission. Yeah. And that he's only like, he's so close because the guys are dressed the same way, the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like but it's not her ship. Because
I don't think I didn't realize that. But now I do. Yeah. There were parts of me at the time where I was wishing they didn't have Tarkin or the fake or the computerized Leia. I was like, because I would have been happy if the story took place further in the past, to where, like there's a time elapse between, 4 and 5, like, A New Hope and Empire, like, some time passes, kind of similar to the time that it takes to make the movies. And you catch up and so I was kind of expecting more of that, and I think I would have been satisfied with that. But now that I've adjusted to the fact that they were trying to take it like, up to the hour or something of episode 4.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to sink in and just appreciate that that specificity for what it is and enjoy it, because they really did something here.
Yeah. I just think they with the precision of a like fine surgeon, they inserted this whole new story in between two stories you didn't even picture the gap in between. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I mean, by the end of it was right. You were right there. You were ready for episode 4.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's the other great part is like they could put 10 more movies that take place in between episode 3 and episode 4. Cause this is literally the 2 weeks before episode 4 happens. And there's like 16 years. Cause you have the babies being born at the end of episode 3 and they're 16 years old or 17 years old in New Hope.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to get some like, we know we're getting young Han Solo and who knows what else.
A Boba Fett, I think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think it was Cracked. There's a couple, we've talked about this before. I don't know if we've talked about it on here, but like the Red Letter guy who just like does he like any fucking movie? Or
Yeah.
Cracked is purportedly like all written by people that all like the kind of things that we like, but they just love to tear it apart sometimes. And they're like, oh yeah, so Disney's just gonna make spin-off movies. And I don't even know if this was correct. I forget where I read this. But like they're just gonna make spin-off movies of like their favorite pieces or fans' favorite pieces of Star Wars movies. So like we get a Death Star movie, we get a Han Solo movie, we get a Boba Fett movie. And because they're just focusing on like that one thing, they can make the movie anything they want to get it to work. They're not kind of like tied in to the lineage of all the main characters that happen in episodes. But
I mean, they are though. So that was the thing. Like they're like, well, this is not a saga movie, but I think just like probably all of the books that have been written and everything that's officially sanctioned, like it will tie in. Like it's just like, okay, you're not guaranteed to see whatever Han and Leia or something. Like that's all like canon, I would imagine.
And again, I think that's what's going to make the series more. I think that's what's going to satiate the appetite for us Star Wars fans that are now adults, that can't be like glazed over by the fairy tale of Star Wars. One of the reasons I think the prequels didn't work for us is because we weren't 5-year-old kids anymore.
Yeah.
That could just like be blown over by all the glamour of the Star Wars movie that's going on. We want substance. Like it takes more than a 5-minute like acrobatic lightsaber fight for us to say this whole movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
We want more substance to it.
We want trade agreements.
Yeah. No, we don't want trade agreements. We don't want 2 hours of trade negotiations. No.
I think they introduced a lot of places in this movie, and one of them, which was a really cool way, like they went into this kind of planet where you saw planet bits up in top or something, but it went into like a Blade Runner type city. It's where the guy killed someone in an alley, but it was some kind of trade outpost. And I saw the word trade outpost. I was like, oh God, no.
Yeah. No. I think that these spin-off movies are going to be what saves Star Wars for adult fans like us, because we know that it's not going to be the farm boy that's only ever picked off Womp Rats in Beggar's Canyon.
In a way, sometimes it is. Like Rey is kind of that, and that was really nice.
But those are great for the episodes, though, because they're all centered around this family of awesome Jedis. And I think these movies are going to really help clue us into like the everyday man.
Oh, the saga or the Star Wars stories in between.
Yeah. And make it more because like anybody can relate to being oppressed in some way, and being forced into the decision, do I just go along to get along, or do I stand up for what I think for change that I feel like should happen?
Mm.
And, in the saga movies, you're like, of course the Skywalker is going to win. That like his name's Luke fucking Skywalker. Like,
yeah.
Nobody else is named like that. We know who the hero is. Right.
Yeah.
And like these ones, like this Rogue One, it's just like
Jyn Erso. It's not exactly a memorable. That's not a power name, Jyn Erso.
No.
Jyn is kind of cool, but
no, but her actions and her speeches and like all of that shit, that is what's memorable. And that's the stuff that you can really relate to as an adult and appreciate the like they still won, but they won by sacrificing themselves. I don't think I think that's the level of storytelling that you need to go for if you're going to maintain an adult fan following.
Yeah, this is like fans their entire life. These are the Bachman novels of the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like because in most popular filmmaking stuff, they wouldn't kill everybody because you'd want to keep making movies and keep making money, but because they can in other ways, they don't have to play by those rules, and then can Yeah, I mean, do some more daring things. What were some of your just general like kind of favorite things? I've been looking at this cast list and just kind of thinking about people and the moments that they've had. Like I really,
Um,
K2SO and Alan Tudyk, that droid was, I loved everything that he did.
yeah,
I
that
love Donnie Yen. I don't know how to Imwe. I don't know how to say his name, but that character of like, there's no Jedi like in this world. Like nobody knows of any Jedi,
right.
and he's like as close as you get. And oh, he was so great. Him and then his kind of his buddy that would watch out for him with the gun. What is his name? He's oh, I can't find him. Oh no. Oh, I feel terrible now. Oh wait. His buddy
It's
is
Wen Jiang.
or yeah. Oh, do you know him from stuff?
Baze Malbus is that guy.
Do you know him from other things? You rattled off his name.
Let me
You're like
see.
Wen Jiang. I didn't necessarily recognize him, but he was great too.
I'm looking.
Them as a
He
pair.
is great.
And I've heard Donnie Yen's name before, but I couldn't place him. But yeah, I'm a sucker for martial arts stuff in general, but that character too had so much like heart and but like vulnerability too, because like he would say that stuff like I'm one with the force is with me, and he would say it, and sometimes you would get the fact that like he was scared, and that was like his mantra to get him through. Oh,
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah.
I loved both of those characters. I loved the Bodhi, the pilot. The his name is Riz Ahmed, I guess, but he was the guy that flew the ship and was friends with Saw Gerrera. But he reminded me of Gareth from the British Office so much.
Yeah. Yes.
I couldn't stop thinking about that. It was just like Gareth would love to be this guy. Anyway, and
man.
I was very excited to see Jimmy Smith. I actually I've grown to really like the actor Jimmy Smits, but I was happy to see his character. I was like, oh, that's fucking Princess Leia's dad, or her guardian.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when he says she's never let me down, in that, he's talking about Leia, right?
I think
Is
so.
that how
yeah.
you took it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he said, I trust her with my life. I think he says that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's before you're going to see her. But it was like, oh,
yeah.
I'm talking about his friend in the desert. And I was like, oh, I know who that is.
Man, I just, so I really like, again, leading with a strong female character like Felicity Jones. Like, she was awesome in it. I
was a little worried. I had just seen her in that, Tom Hanks big tentpole movie, the Dan Brown book. That was the first time I saw her, but then I was like, oh, I like to be unknowns in Star Wars or something. I was kind of, but I didn't care. I thought she was great. Like that stuff where she's watching the hologram with her dad was like genuinely moving, and I dug her.
Yeah, no, she did great. I don't know, like the Vader stuff. It was like, I don't care how much you hate the prequels, but the first time you see Yoda fight, like the first time you see Yoda like light up his lightsaber,
yeah, like jump around and
jump around, and like, and he's been Yoda up to that point that you've ever seen him, and then you see the like Jedi Master that is always in there.
Yeah.
It's like awesome, because it's only as cool as you. I feel like that was one of the rare times that the prequels met up to your imagination's expectations, right?
Yeah, that's cool to see. You know what's so funny though? Like, he's
What's
like,
that?
He's in Jedi, he's like, when 900 years old, you each look as good. You will not. When literally, like, he's, we're talking like maybe he's 800 something. So what happened to him in those? After 800 years, how is it that he gets so decrepit? But I understand. You got to do something. But it was so funny.
Yeah.
Because it's the same with Darth Vader too. It's like it's 2 weeks before we see him fight Obi-Wan, like not too impressively, and he's like, "With the haste and."
Yeah, but that was exactly what you expected it to be like. Like, I just love that hallway shot where he's in that chamber, in the pressure chamber with all those other rebels.
Yeah. I mean, it is
Eh,
cool. Like I'll just suspend my timeline of disbelief in terms of like if he's an old man or whatever, but just to have the awesomeness of that. And same with the Yoda. Like you gotta
oh yeah,
deal the
yeah,
cards or play the cards you're dealt. I understand.
right. So that stuff was really cool. I don't know how I felt about the. I mean, we see the Death Star fire like multiple times, and it just takes out like small portions of a planet.
Yeah, like a
Uh,
city. Yeah,
yeah, or like an area, instead of destroying the whole planet.
yeah. It's like
Um,
Hiroshima or something like that. It reminded me of that kind
yeah,
of like atom bomb
yeah.
type thing.
I felt like the shot was a little cliched at the end, where they're like watching the wall of fire come at them, and holding each other.
Yeah.
That was a shot I feel like I've seen before in post-apocalyptic movies,
Mm-hmm.
But man, I don't know. I always go back to, you can be a very seasoned, trained film critic that has an eye for film and can debate like camera movements and timing and lens selection to elicit emotions. But at the end of the day, a movie is really like, anybody can care about a movie if it touches them in a certain way, right?
Yeah, it's like it's either affecting or it's not.
Right. And man, this one did it. Like this one, I felt like it was. I was telling people leading up to this, I was more excited for this one than I was for episode 7.
Yeah, I was
Because
just gonna ask you, like, how do the two rank for you?
I mean, episode 7 is fantastic. I definitely fall into the camp of that was a great, really good movie. But leading into it, because it was a saga episode, you knew kind of going in, even if it sucked, you knew what the plot was going to be like, or, like the rebel, like the underdogs were going to overcome like insurmountable odds and like hand it to the bad guys.
Yeah,
Yeah. And this one was the first one that got to be its own thing and not have to be tied to. I mean, every episode that's made is bound by all the episodes preceding it.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
So like even episode 7 had to factor in Jar Jar, the existence of Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
As a major character. Like that had to happen. Rogue One, they were like, Jar Jar already gave all the power to Emperor Palpatine by this point in time. As far as we're concerned, he doesn't even exist anymore. Let's be our own thing. And then it's awesome.
Oh, I wish I would have done screen grabs in your hands. So this is a Jar Jar, not a Jar Jar-less universe, but one in which he doesn't need to be acknowledged. So that is a good
right.
thing.
Right.
What were some of your favorite like throwbacks? Because there were so many like little things. The most obvious being say C-3PO and R2-D2 saying like, "Oh, we never know what's going on," but there are tons of little fun little nods to the other movies.
I don't know. I really like how they did they've done a really good job with the technology and like taking that by today's standards it looks outdated, but back then it looked like futuristic.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job. I love how in episode 7 and in this one they've done such an awesome job of like bridging that, where it has all the polish of like technology now, but it still is just basically vector graphics. Like they're just like really good vector graphics. That I really like. The R2-D2 C-3PO thing was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what else jumps out at me like that though. I mean I probably would have to be sealing up that plot point from A New Hope of just like, I love that the weakness in the Death Star wasn't an intentional design.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great
and like that just, I mean, that to me was as good of a throwback as you could get because it seals up some major complaint that I've heard for decades, you know, like how, like they're not going to be able to handle the robot chicken sketch is so great. Like, I'm sorry, I thought my Dark Lord of the Sith could protect a 2-meter exhaust port from a group of teenagers or something like that. The line goes something like, oh man, I'll have to send you that because that is go for Papa Palpatine. That's the best.
Oh, I liked that series. I didn't watch it enough. I've enjoyed. I've been I've been spending way too much time on it, and I think maybe it'll be a little less per episode. Where there's because the first episode, which we posted as we're talking a week ago, talks so much about things that we've made that only I can really share. Whereas these things you can find on YouTube and stuff. So I've been tweeting like crazy stuff that if you follow along with the episode, you can watch. And
oh, okay.
And I've been trying to alternate stuff between our things and things that we mentioned. So it's like one from us, one from something we mentioned. And so that was allowing me, or I was catching up on. So for instance, I watched the Jimmy Kimmel sketch about the video store that you told me about.
Oh yeah. The Matthew McConaughey thing.
Yeah, so that was really fun just for me because like I hadn't actually seen it yet. So I'll be posting those kind of things on Twitter. So I'll see this robot chicken thing, you know, and some of the other stuff. I mean, so the bride and I saw the movie and then we came back and watched the episode 4. But then I made her watch the bad lip reading for what is it? The seagulls? Seagulls that peck out your eyes or whatever.
Seagulls, stop it now. Yes. Oh man.
She was not nearly as amused as me, but I almost died again. It's like at the end too, he's like, you didn't like it?
For like 3 days, Ash would just randomly catch me listening to that. She's like, are you listening to that song again? It's a catchy song.
Oh yeah. yeah. But I'm trying to remember it now. I have to go like
run. Wait.
Yeah, you can be my backpack.
I can be your backpack while you run. Climb. Swing from that hairy vine. I can be your backpack while you climb.
Oh, I love so much. Like towards the end where he's like, I'm not your friend. He's like, you didn't like it?
Yeah. You were kind of pitchy.
Yeah. Oh no.
Don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep, yes.
Don't fall asleep.
Oh my God.
Pity for your thoughts. Well, I hate Brenda. And I peed in my pants. His Luke voice is really good. I love that Luke.
Oh man. Oh man.
Awesome.
Yeah, so there's so these I have lots obviously there's lots of fun robot chicken, but yeah, the whole thing about filling plot holes is a nice bonus, but also the really nice springboard for, you know, a really cool story that I'm glad exists for sure. Oh, I mentioned some of those little things. So I was thinking of like when they have the guy who bumps into him that Luke later encounters in the cantina.
In the Mos Eisley cantina.
Yeah.
And like, he doesn't like you.
Right. Yeah. And they're both
I
together.
don't like you either. Yeah. I'm wanted on 3 systems.
I know. There's like
you'll be dead.
Yeah, this little one isn't worth it. But there's that, and then like you know, it's a little bit cheesier when Vader's like, I hope you choke on your aspirations, and he's doing the little finger pinch thing.
Yeah. Rogue One, go see it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I don't know who would be convincing, but I know that for me, like when I'm excited about a movie and don't necessarily have a great many people to talk about it with, it's always nice to hear like-minded individuals discuss it. So this is that for Adam and Chris and Rudy.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. I know at least Chris is on Twitter, so that's where we've been posting some things. So at LWSD Pod, you can chime in on the conversation.
Yeah.
Not just Adam, Chris, and Rudy, but anyone who happens to hear this. I'm so glad that anyone is listening, but honestly, I would be so pleased. I'm so pleased to just have these exist and to get to have these conversations. So,
oh, that's awesome. Me too, buddy.
Yeah, well, we should. Did we do a good sign off? Like, should we just like do something like, this has been a double shot?
Thanks for listening to this week's I almost did WPLMR.
Oh, yes. That's the last tweet I have before the new episode drops. I don't know if you've gotten to go through them, but that'll be the last one to finish it off, like to bring us up to speed to the new project. That was the last one for you, the WPLMR.
Man.
I'm going to tweet it. I'm going to tweet it live, and then people will listen and be like, these guys are so fucking far behind. But now they know. We will hop on and get current when the circumstances call for it. When there's a badass movie like Road One to come out, or I don't know what, but tweet it anyway. So follow us on the Twitters if you have it. You don't even have to have Twitter to see it. So if we talk about something like a robot chicken, you can find it there shortly after the episode is published. Oh my God. Okay. This has
been Long Walk, Short Drink, Double Shot on Rogue One. Thanks for listening.
Good night. Cheers and good luck.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.